Hey guys, welcome to Cube Talks with TSC. I'm your host Rishabh Simha, and this is the show where we talk to famous and fellow speedcubers. So, our guest for today is the national record holder for the fastest 3x3 solve with a time of 4.91 seconds. He has won 56 gold medals, 27 silver, and 34 bronze medals in various WCA events. He is also an avid poet. He is also the formal national record holder for the fastest average of 5 and is currently ranked 64th in the world for the fastest average of 5. Ultimately, he is one of the top 3 speedcubers in India. So let's meet Aryan Chhabra. Hey Aryan, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm fine. So how's quarantine been going there for you?
Pretty boring. Just trying to pass time somehow, and just doing my hobbies basically.
Cool. So before we start off with the questions, okay, how would you describe yourself as an Instagram bio or a Twitter tweet?
I'm basically a speed cuber because that is the only thing I'm doing right now as my main hobby. So I'd say I'm a speed cuber.
That's why you're here, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let's get straight into the questions.
All right.
So the first question is, how did you feel when you realized you broke the national record with a 4.91 single in the second round of the SNU Autumn 2019?
Yeah. So in the first round, I lost my NR average by Ujjwal Pabreja, and going into the second round, I was a bit nervous because I was again aiming for the NR average. So the
Yeah.
first solve, I get a 6.4 something, and I was like, okay, this is going good. So I'll just focus on the next solve. I'll try to get below 7 or something. So in the next solve, I just spammed TPS because the scramble was pretty easy, and I saw the first two pairs in inspection only, along with the cross. So I
Oh
just
wow, okay.
spammed TPS, and then I got a PLL skip. I look at the timer when I finished the solve, it's 4.91, and I was like, what just happened?
That's super crazy because I actually wanted to ask you about the national average because in the same competition in the first round, Ujjwal Pabreja beat you by 0.03 seconds. You
Yeah.
had a 7.11 second average and he got a 7.08 second average, and which is so amazing because it's such a small margin, but that gets you a national record.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So the next question, you've been to 46 competitions by now, and I'm sure it would have been a lot more if it wasn't for these tough times that all of us are going through.
Definitely.
So I'm sure most of us, including myself, we just started speed cubing recently.
Yeah.
And what tips would you give us for our first competition and for these quarantine lockdown times?
All right. So it is pretty obvious that the actual comps won't be resuming anytime soon, right?
Yeah.
So there are a couple of online competitions going on. So you can probably join them and participate in them. As far as the actual competition goes, since we're not having competitions right now, you can talk to a couple of speed cubers online, or even join some cubing groups so that you can actually get to know the people before even you attend an actual comp. And I hope the competitions resume by next year, and that the actual competitions experience is actually really amazing. It is not the same as an online competition, but yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I actually was thinking about that because I have never been to an online comp or actual comp,
Yeah.
but I've seen your videos and I've seen other speedcubers videos, and I definitely feel when you go to an actual comp, the people you meet there and the people you see speedcubing, you're definitely motivated to do better.
Yeah, definitely. Because when you actually see the cuber solve, you get this good feeling that you are actually with the same people who do the same thing as you. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, you feel part of a community because when you're sitting at home and you're solving the cube, you feel a little lonelier than usual, because you're the only one doing it the whole day. You're practicing,
Exactly.
and the whole time you feel it's very lonely. So it's definitely a good thing. So okay, the next question: what is your main event?
My main event is 3x3 as of now, definitely.
Okay, is there any reason why you choose 3x3 as your main event?
It's not only that it is like fun to solve and you just get good times in it, but the competitive part of it. is actually pretty amazing because there are cubers just as fast as me. So it gets pretty competitive and interesting because we are all chasing the records.
Yeah, because it goes head to head all the time, like
Yeah.
you get one good time and then the other person is getting
Exactly.
another good time.
And that's like a very nerve-wracking thing.
Yeah. Coming to, events, what about the square one and the cube?
I actually do not practice side events at all because I'm practicing for maintaining my speed and all. So I focus on the events I'm already good at and just get faster at them and just try to break records in them only.
Yeah. What is your practice schedule right now? Like, what are you practicing? How long are you practicing in a day?
See, it's pretty vague. Some days I actually don't even cube, and in some days I just cubing all the time. So my main focus right now is to improve my bigger cubes, the bigger N by Ns. So like 5x5, 6x6, 7x7. And recently I've been doing a lot of 4x4 because I've been getting pretty good at it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next question. You also have a creative side to you.
Yeah.
You have a page where you post your writing, your poetry, if I'm saying it correctly.
Yeah, that's correct.
So if you don't mind, I'll read one of the poem.
Yeah, sure. I love that.
One second. This one actually is very relevant to these times right now. I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know.
The sun now sets with a smile on its face, and the sky smiles in its own ways. Sometimes it's the rainbows, and sometimes it just rains. The sky is cleaner and the air is pure. Maybe the nature finally found its cure. The animals that we chased away have come back to the streets to play. People trapped in homes like cages, days to weeks to months, feels like it's been ages. We feel suffocated, desperate, longing to be free, but perhaps this is how it was always meant to be. I mean, that is so meaningful and so inspiring at these times because we never, cared about the nature as much, and right now I'm sure, during these times it has gotten a boost.
Yeah, we definitely got the reality now.
Yeah. So when did you start writing? What was the main reason you started writing?
I started writing a couple of months back only. I have a friend and she has a page of her own and she writes amazingly as well. So I was just writing my feelings down and just wasn't thinking on planning to post it somewhere. But slowly I thought, okay, this is getting good. I'm actually getting decent at writing. So why not just start a page and share it around? And people do love my work, even though I just recently started and I have only a couple of poems up. But I hope it continues to grow in the future.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, and finally, the last question. You're sponsored by Cubelelo, okay? Yeah. That's India's biggest cube store right now. Mm-hmm. And how is your relationship with them, and what do you think of them as a company, and most importantly, as a part of the cubing family?
Alright, so I know the the owners of the Cubelelo company since I started speedcubing. So I have known them since 5 years now, and they are amazing people. They're super friendly and humble, and the store itself is pretty huge. It's probably the only store in India that is working super hard even with the situation outside.
Yeah.
And
yes,
my sponsorship with them is a huge deal for me because they're definitely the biggest cube store in India and definitely my favorite right now.
I agree, even mine, because when I started cubing 4 months ago, the only shops that I saw online because of all the videos on YouTube were Speedcube Shop Official and Daily Puzzles and all those people. And I slowly came across Cubelelo and immediately I was hooked onto that site, Yeah. I kept ordering cubes on it because they give you a good price for it, and their elite services, the elite and elite M service, they do a pretty good job with it. It helps with the beginners, not needing to set up their cube, because we beginners, we are not very sure how to set up our cube, especially the big cubes like 5x5 and 6x6.
Yeah, definitely. I always have had a hard time setting up my own cubes, and it's like pretty like a huge relief for me to just order the cubes that are pre-set up. So yeah, that's pretty great.
Thank you so much, Aryan. So before we end this amazing, insightful talk, we got to know you and it was very fun getting to know you. Where can our viewers find out, find your content, and where can we see your daily updates
So
on
I'm
the social
on
media
Instagram.
platforms?
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm on Instagram and YouTube. On Instagram, my username is Aryan_underscore Chhabra1. And on
Okay.
YouTube, you will just search my name and you'll get my channel. I upload solves only as of right now, but I'm planning to upload some tricks and tips in the future to help some tubers that are just starting out.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for that. Thank you, Aryan. I'll see you next time.
Thank you so much for having me. See ya.
Bye bye. And for all the viewers, the links to Aryan Chabra's social platforms will be in the description below. So please go give him a follow and subscribe to his channel too. Thanks to Aryan Chhabra for spending his valuable time with us, and that was very sweet of him. And thanks to all of you viewers for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and turn post notifications on so you don't miss out on any of the new videos that I will be posting. If you also like the video, hit that like button. I'll see you guys in my next video.
Yeah, quick to check.